How to become a licensed counselor in Colorado. Hi, I'm Shannon Heers, and I'll be your host for this training. A little bit about me. I am the owner of Firelight Supervision. I'm also an approved clinical supervisor, and I've been licensed as a licensed professional counselor in the state of Colorado since 2007. So I hope this information is helpful for you. And just a reminder, if you would like our step-by-step guide of how to become licensed in Colorado, just click below, send us your email address, and we will send you our step-by-step guide directly to your inbox. The first thing to know about becoming licensed in Colorado as a professional counselor is who is the oversight agency. And that is through DORA, Colorado Department of Regulatory Agencies, specifically within the divisions of professions and occupations. The healthcare professions program is what oversees the licensing in Colorado for counselors. You can choose 3 different areas: professional counselor, marriage and family therapist, or addictions counselor. Specifically, the different types of counseling licenses in Colorado are the LPC, which is the licensed professional counselor, as well as the candidate for that, which is called an LPCC, licensed professional counselor candidate. Those are provisionally licensed counselors who are under the supervision of an LPC. There are also LMFT, licensed marriage and family therapists, and those candidates are MFTCs, marriage and family therapist candidates. And then there's a licensed addictions counselor, LAC. There is no provisional license under that, but you can get a certification that is a little bit less intense and less requirements than the LAC, and that is the Certified Addiction Specialist, or CAS. Of note here, I just need to take a minute to know that licensing requirements and regulations can change over time. It's essential for you to verify the specific requirements of each license on the official website of the Colorado Department of Regulatory Agencies or by contacting the department directly. I'm going to focus most of my time on LPC license. And if you have any other questions about an LMFT license or the LAC license, you can definitely search DORA for that information. So for the LPC, or licensed professional counselor license, the requirements to get that are: you need a master's or a doctoral degree in counseling or a related field from an accredited institution. You need to complete 2,000 hours of supervised postgraduate professional experience. I'll talk more about that in a minute. You need to pass the NCE National Counselor Examination, or the NCMHCE, which is the National Clinical Mental Health Counselor Exam. You also need to have successful completion of the Colorado Mental Health Statutes and Regulations exam, otherwise known as the jurisprudence exam, and you need to make sure that you undergo a criminal background check. In Colorado, the LPC responsibilities are that they provide counseling services to individuals, couples, and families. They can work in various settings, including private practice, mental health agencies, schools, and healthcare agencies. The LPC supervised experience requirements are that you must accumulate the specified number of supervised clinical experience. And in Colorado for LPCC, that is 2,000 hours. 300 of those 2,000 hours may be teaching professional counseling. It needs to be done in a minimum of 24 months or 2 years. And of those 2,000 hours, 1,500 of those hours must be direct contact with clients. Now, supervision can be completed in a variety of different ways, including individual supervision, group supervision, telephone, email, audio, visual, process recording, direct observation, telesupervision, telecommunication, and hospital rounds. So a lot of different things can count as supervision in Colorado. There are actually no required number of supervision hours in Colorado. The statutes just report an appropriate number. Most of the supervisors in Colorado require around 100 hours of supervision. This is consistent with other licenses as well as the statutes in the past for the required number of LPCC supervision hours. There is no distinction between group and individual supervision hours. Here at Firelight Supervision, we allow up to 50% of those 100 hours of supervision to be in a group format. You also must have a qualified supervisor who is licensed in Colorado. The qualified supervisor must meet the minimum requirements to supervise LPCCs, and they can be of any license type: LPC, LCSW, LMFT, etc. So how to get started to become a licensed counselor in Colorado? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is create an online account on the online services portal through DORA. You want to click that you're going to apply for a new license, choose the type, either professional counselor, marriage and family therapist, or addictions counselor. You're going to submit the required documents that they ask of you and go ahead and pay the application fee. And then Colorado is able to turn over its paperwork fairly quickly. So hopefully you'll hear back once you submit all of that information in a timely manner. The next part to becoming a licensed counselor in Colorado is fulfilling your continued professional competency, which is continued education requirements. So continuing education in Colorado is called CPC, continuing professional competency. What you want to do when you are renewing your license is you want to, or even applying for it for the first time, you're going to choose which way you're going to comply with the CPC requirements. So you can either choose the continuing professional development program, you can select deemed status, or a military exemption. I would say most therapists in Colorado fall under continuing professional development program. If you don't know what deemed status is, that's probably not applicable to you. And if military exemption does not apply for you, I would default to selecting the continuing professional development program as the option. So once you do that, you are going to complete a professional practice survey and self-assessment. And this form is actually listed right there as you're applying for your license. You're also going to create a learning plan, and that is what you are planning on doing over the next 2 years to get your CPC hours. Professional development hours are PDH. Are required every 2 years as a professional counselor. There are 40 hours that are required every 2 years, and you can get no more than 20 hours in any one particular category that counts towards PDH hours. Luckily, in Colorado, a lot of different things count towards your PDH hours. Professional development activities can include volunteer service, mentoring, presenting, publishing, getting your own supervision or consultation, coursework, independent learning, and group learning. So almost anything that you're doing to advance yourself and your professional development can count towards your professional development hours in Colorado. You just want to make sure that you're going to document every professional development activity the way that it's required to be documented, and make sure that you keep track of all your professional development hours, and in case you're ever audited, because Colorado does do random audits of licenses. A few quick references before we end today. The DORA website is dora.colorado.gov, and make sure you select the Colorado Division of Professions and Occupations. The Colorado Counseling Association is the local or state branch of the American Counseling Association, and that's at coloradocounselingassociation.org. And again, thank you for letting me host this training for you today. If you are interested in our step-by-step guide, which is everything I talked about today, written all succinctly in one or 2 pages, just drop your email below and we will make sure to get that sent to your inbox right away. Thank you so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. We would love to help you with your clinical supervision or clinical consultation needs here in Colorado. Thank you.